everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This week's matchup features two teams who both walked away with a notch in the loss column last week. It's the Jets going up against the Colts.
Larry, from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And on the ground they go with the running back. Sidesteps him at the 35. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
The center receiver in motion to the right. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Slot man moves right. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. And the wideout in motion. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, start off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator's relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run. When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
But instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. They go play action. Mariota, he sets to fire deep. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll set up to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Back down in that belly. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They run the counter now on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Mariota. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
Long night.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second down, Mariota. Flush to his right. And he's got some space here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And now here's a carry heading left. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Looking to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, we can make someone miss in the open field.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that was not a highlight play for the offense. But how about the previous play? A big run? They're used to trading that, especially if you're a Hall of Fame runner. Big run, maybe not so much on the next one, but the big ones add up over time.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And Russ has pulled it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. A huge play that time for the Colts. 43 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
He'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And now here's a carry heading left. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. This a 33-yard attempt. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. 1st quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
always hurts a team because, you put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Green, 38.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for New York. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Mariota now on 2nd down. Trying to lay one up deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done. Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third down and 12. Now Mariota. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
And from down in Miami, an update. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That good for 19 and a first down.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10. And in this case, they did it really successfully.
Never mind, Larry. Forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The Jets on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
And now here's a carry heading left. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Colts on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. So the directional kicking problematic there. They're going to spot this inside the 30-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Room here to run. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are able to strike for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Eluding the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That was very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Colts on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action now. Mariota. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
2nd down following the run. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They're on to the second half now down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back now here on EA Sports. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Luck now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Third and long. It's Locke. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bifema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way.
And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big gain of 31 on third down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Rosas now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd down and 12. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. To throw is Mariota. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami, and the lead has gotten even bigger. The Texans, they've got it in cruise control right now. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year.
Here we go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Room to run inside the 40. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And his kick is right through. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Oh, I think the Colts got this. They did. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Mariota yelling out the play call as he hustles everyone to get set. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now Mariota. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Mariota to throw. They find some open field here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Mariota. Flushed out right. Now a desperate. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. 10 yards still left on second down.
Let's go. 1, 9.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.